Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. What would otherwise have become just another quiet American small town was thrust into the history books of the United States. Today, millions of people travel annually to the home of the turning point of the Civil War. And for 2 days each summer, if you look past the tourists, beyond the monuments, and through the tall grass of the battlefields, you'll find a select few. They come here to learn lessons from our past. They come here to become leaders of the future. They come here because they are among the few. Good leaders are taught to serve as role models for their people. Great leaders understand there is much more to leadership than leading by example. The team captains and company commanders retraced the steps, learned of the struggles, and now understand the actions of the men who fought on these hallowed grounds of Gettysburg during the Civil War. In the third classroom session, the midshipmen discussed the final and most important topic from the Gettysburg Leadership Encounter weekend: action.
If you have defined your standard and now we understand loyally what it means to us as teammates, how are we going to implement it? What is my action plan?
Leadership is a contact sport. You can't just lead by example and hope people are going to do what you do. You can be the best person, the best tennis player, the best wrestler, the best student in the student body, but you have to take action on others to encourage them or to correct them or to have them do what you expect if you're their leader. The action piece is the most important part of this program, because if they don't take the lessons that they learn and put them into action, then this was just a neat field trip to a battlefield.
Action really got broken down from the original Gettysburg experience. Verbatim, the first year that they ran this program was, well, I lead by example. And leading by example, that's just the entry fee to get into the game. So we expect all of our team captains, all of our company commanders to lead by example. But how do you become an intrusive leader where you're in there, you get to know your people, and you're holding people accountable to those standards? You're being the leader that's true to the academy and to your teammates. And that takes courage to uphold the standard and understand that the standard has to be a balance between the vertical mission of the Naval Academy and your horizontal mission to your teammates. I think maybe we will try. That's why it doesn't happen. I think we'll try. I will do this. I will get this done. If I don't, I chose to fail. I chose to not meet the mission.
That was the biggest thing for me. I didn't want to, be this person and say, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. I wanted to lead and implement my action through action.
Be about what you say you're about. It's that simple. Like, don't just tell me you're gonna do it. That's not enough. I have to see it. And that's definitely something that you see leaders struggle with at the academy, because you say something, but then you have a hard day. And one thing that we talked about in our group is that when you have those hard days, lean on each other. You're never in this fight alone, but we like to think as the leader, oh, well, I gotta do this on my own.
Empowerment. We've heard the word empowerment constantly. It is a critical tool on the leadership belt, but it's one of the most delicate ones to use. You can't empower me till you've trained me, you've given me your intent. I know what you want me to do. I don't want you to tell me how to do it, but I know what you want done. And I have earned your trust, so therefore I can empower you.
Action through empowering the various classes and the various individuals, like seeing what qualities each class and each athlete had and could contribute to the team, and kind of what they could pick out and develop and help each other with too. For cross country, it's been all about the team effort, and this year we've had an incredibly positive atmosphere, incredibly great training environment, really empowering. For us, you get faster and better and stronger through creating that teamwork sensibility.
I think really being open with our upperclassmen, that way they can set the example for the youngsters and the plebes, but also that way everyone knows what's going on, so then all those why questions are being answered. It's really nice, I think, the action piece, to have all of your firsties on the same page as you and to be leaders on the team also, so that way that you're a leadership team. It's not just the captain kind of shouting orders. Everyone knows why and what's going on that day or that week, and everyone can be on the same page.
Over here, meet with a bias of action. Observe, orient, decide, act, become involved. Become involved. True loyalty is preventing, and I'm calling you out because that's not what we stand for. So I want to talk you out of what I think you're about to do. Operate left of boom, bias for action.
General Sattler really mentioned having a bias for action, and so I think that's really important. You know, if you see something you don't like or an attitude that you want to change, you got to step in and be that positive change that you want to see.
There's that cliche line that says, grow where you're planted. And I kind of want to put a spin on that and not say necessarily grow where you're planted, but just be present where you are. If you're on the court, give me your all. Be involved, talk to people, enjoy the experience. But when that's said and done, and you go back to the hall, be there. And when you're in the classroom, be there. Don't be that guy that shows up, sits in the back, and tries to act cool. You don't have to be the best midshipman. You don't have to be in training to be the next brigade commander. But let the experience take a toll on you and shape you and meet new people.
Does anybody know that quote by Heraclitus? 100 people on the battlefield. Anybody know? 10 people. Of 100 people on the battlefield, 10 of them shouldn't be there. 80% of them are just targets. 9 of them make it a battle. And 1 brings everybody home. Every single one of you in here is going to be the person that bears that burden of command, that you're the one that's going to bring them home safely.